Now to developing news today. Day one played out in the trial of Voldomyr Zhukovskyy, the West Springfield truck driver who stands accused of crashing into a group of motorcyclists and killing 7 of them back in 2019.
Some people are hoping this trial holds Zhukovskyy accountable, but that's not all. Western Mass News reporter Paris Dunford joins us live in studio with today's developments. Paris?
Chris Mary, a local rider we spoke with, hopes Zhukovskyy will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, while a victim who survived the crash is trying to hold the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicle accountable as well. 26-year-old Voldomyr Zhukovskyy of West Springfield sits in a New Hampshire courtroom as a jury hears numerous witnesses playing the day of June 21st, 2019. The first day of his trial kicked off Tuesday. He's accused of driving under the influence, crossing over the yellow line, and crashing to a group of motorcycle riders in Randolph, New Hampshire, killing 7 of them, a scene witnesses were asked to describe.
Limbs scattered around. I've never seen that before, even as a nurse, people dead basically anywhere you looked, or dying, or hurt, very hurt, I should say. So it was just a lot.
It was like a battlefield. It was, I mean, I don't have any actual military experience, but if I were to use the colloquial term, it was like a war zone.
Local writer Joe Martin wasn't involved, but he remembers that accident like it was yesterday.
Things like this shouldn't happen.
He knows the risk of driving on the road as a rider, and even some of his fellow Chicopee Moose riders were seriously injured in an accident recently in Connecticut. He hopes this trial brings some accountability.
I'm hoping he gets the full extent of the law, which I still don't think is going to be enough, in my opinion.
Joshua Morin survived the crash that day in June. Western Mass News spoke with him shortly as he recovered from his injuries. He is set to testify as a witness in this trial to talk about what he experienced that day.
It's changed his life completely. He will never be the same mentally and emotionally.
His attorney spoke to Western Mass News on his behalf, since Morin has to wait until after the trial to provide comment. However, we learned Morin, as an attorney, filed a civil lawsuit against the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles, since Zhukovskyy had an out-of-state drunk driving charge and should have had his license revoked that day. But due to a backlog in cases at the RMV, it didn't happen.
And the allegation is that the registrar was reckless in their conduct. That they knew for many years that they had problems with the backlog of notices that they had received from other states and other jurisdictions about Massachusetts drivers.
The lawsuit involving the RMV and Morin is in the discovery phase. Since the RMV is a government agency, it may take longer for the case to go to trial. Reporting live in studio, Paris Dunford for Western Mass News.
Paris.